Have you ever tried shooting a 360-degree video at night, only to realize your footage was completely unusable? You buy an expensive immersive camera, you head out into the dark, and you quickly discover a brutal truth. Traditional camera lighting completely ruins 360-degree footage. The very moment you bring a standard light fixture anywhere near a 360-degree camera rig, everything falls apart. You get a massive, glaring bright spot on one side of your frame. You get pitch black, harsh shadows on the exact opposite side. Worst of all, the light stand, the battery pack, and the fixture itself end up stuck right there in the middle of your panoramic view. Your viewers try to look around the virtual environment, but all they see is an ugly, distracting piece of plastic blocking their vision. Traditional camera lights are fundamentally broken for immersive filmmaking. They are built around the old rules of standard cameras. They are engineered to blast raw light in one single, narrow direction. They work under the assumption that your subject is standing directly in front of the lens. That setup is perfectly fine for traditional video production, but 360-degree cameras do not operate that way. When your lenses are looking at literally everything at the exact same time, a standard miniature spotlight creates a total visual disaster. If you position the light behind the camera, it shows up in the shot. If you put it to the side, it creates a blinding hotspot that causes the camera sensor to aggressively lower its exposure, instantly throwing the rest of your environment into complete darkness. This is the exact, massive headache that keeps immersive creators locked inside during golden hour. But a company called Harlowe is trying to completely rewrite the rules of mobile lighting with a device called the Omni 360. This tiny tool might just change how you shoot immersive content forever, so let us look closely at what it actually brings to the table. To understand why this device is causing such a stir, you first have to understand the unique nightmare of lighting in spherical environment. In traditional filmmaking, you can easily hide your lights, your tripods, and your crew behind the camera. The camera only sees what is directly in front of it. In 360-degree filmmaking, there is no behind the camera. Everything is exposed. Every single tripod leg, every wire, and every light source is fully visible to the viewer. If you use a standard square LED panel, you create a massive exposure mismatch. The area right next to the panel becomes brilliantly white, while the background drops into deep, muddy shadows. This forces the camera's internal image processor to make a terrible choice. It either exposes for the bright light and turns the rest of the world pitch black, or it exposes for the dark background and completely blows out your subject. This creates a jarring line in your stitch patch where the two lenses meet. Instead of functioning like a tiny, aggressive spotlight, the Harlowe Omni 360 separates itself immediately by providing true 360-degree panoramic illumination. The core philosophy here is not simply to blast the environment with blinding, raw power. The real goal is to make the ambient light feel incredibly even, soft, and entirely natural across the entire surrounding space. Think of it as wrapping your camera in a gentle cloud of illumination rather than pointing a flashlight at a wall. By distributing light evenly in all directions at once, the Omni 360 lifts the overall exposure of the immediate environment. This eliminates harsh shadows, removes distracting hotspots, and keeps your camera sensor perfectly balanced. For creators spinning around with modern devices like the Insta360 lineup or DJI immersive camera systems, this uniform exposure makes a massive difference in final image quality. It allows the camera to use a lower ISO setting, which instantly removes that ugly, digital noise that usually ruins low-light 360 shots. However, Harlowe did not design this device to be a one-trick pony. While the panoramic 360-degree mode is the primary reason this light exists, it is definitely not the only option available to you. With a simple adjustment, the light switches instantly into a traditional 180-degree directional mode. This secondary mode is incredibly important for your daily workflow. Let us be completely realistic for a moment. Even if you are a dedicated 360-degree content creator, you probably do not spend every single second of your day shooting immersive content. The reality of running a modern video channel means you have to wear many different hats. Sometimes you are filming a standard, face-to-camera vlog to update your audience. Sometimes you are recording quick behind-the-scenes footage for social media stories. Other times you might be capturing close-up product segments on a table or grabbing fast B-roll clips during a hectic travel day. If this light only shot light in 360 degrees, it would be practically useless for those normal filming situations because it would waste half its energy blasting light backward into your own eyes. Having both distinct lighting modes built into one single compact housing means this device adapts seamlessly to whatever style of shooting you need on any given day. This exact type of design flexibility is precisely what separates great creator gear from useless gadgets. If a tool only does one highly specific thing, it eventually gets left behind on a shelf in your studio. You simply will not want to pack it. But when a tool can instantly switch roles, the chances of you actually carrying it in your pocket skyrocket. Now, let us dive deep into the actual brightness levels, because this is where many creators get confused. To be completely transparent, this is absolutely not a heavy-duty studio light. This is not a massive Cobb LED lamp that you are going to mount on a giant light stand to illuminate a commercial set. It is definitely not something you would use as your primary key light for a professional, multi-camera seated interview setup. The Harlowe Omni 360 delivers a modest 2 watts of power output during its normal operating mode. However, it features a built-in boost mode that dynamically pumps that power output up to 4 watts when you desperately need an extra kick of illumination. Those power numbers will certainly not blow anyone away on a specification sheet. If you compare those numbers to a standard directional pocket light, it might look weak at first glance. But raw numbers do not tell the whole story here. You have to look at how that power is being utilized. This device is specifically engineered to function as a mobile fill light. Its true mission is to gently lift deep, heavy shadows, balance out tricky ambient exposures, and rescue your overall image quality when natural light starts to fade away completely. If you try to use it to illuminate an entire open football field at midnight, you will be deeply disappointed. But if you use it within a 10-foot radius of your camera rig, it performs beautifully. Whether you are walking through neon-lit city streets after sunset, filming a late-night food review inside a dimly lit restaurant, shooting an intimate vlog inside the cramped cabin of a vehicle, or capturing travel content during the brief windows of blue hour, this extra bit of balanced light makes a massive difference. It gives the camera sensor just enough visual information to keep the details sharp without destroying the natural mood of the location. Sometimes, the most valuable piece of creator gear is not the heaviest, most powerful laser beam on the market. It is simply the smart, lightweight light that is convenient enough to actually accompany you out into the world. While an incredible number of tech companies focus entirely on chasing empty specifications and completely forget about real-world usability, Harlowe seems to have taken the exact opposite path. They packed this little device with small, thoughtful features that make shooting content by yourself a much smoother experience. Take their gesture control feature, for example. If you have ever tried to manually adjust your lighting settings while simultaneously balancing an extended selfie stick, a heavy camera cage, a wireless microphone receiver, and a portable tripod, you already know how incredibly frustrating that process can be. You usually have to stop filming, lower the entire rig, fumble around in the dark for a tiny plastic button, click it repeatedly to cycle through options, and then raise the rig back up only to realize you over-adjusted it. With gesture control built into the Omni 360, you can make instant, touchless brightness adjustments on the fly. You simply wave your hand past the sensor to shift settings without ever losing your grip on your camera stick or disrupting your creative flow. In addition to gesture control, they included a highly practical mode memory feature. This might not sound like a flashy feature to brag about in a marketing video, but it matters immensely when you are working under pressure in the field. The light intelligently remembers your exact previous settings, down to your precise brightness percentage and your specific color temperature. When you flip the power switch back on for a new shot, you do not have to waste precious minutes cycling through modes or rebuilding your entire lighting setup from scratch. It just works exactly the way you left it. These might seem like tiny, trivial details to an outsider, but when you are creating content on a strict daily schedule, saving 30 seconds on every single shot becomes shockingly valuable. It keeps you in the creative zone instead of forcing you to act like a tech troubleshooter. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel right now, share this video with your fellow content creators, and hit that bell icon so you never miss another deep dive gear upload.